afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on folks. It's me, Alloway George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Bobby Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, it is the weekend, baby, and tomorrow will be Easter. It is a major holiday. I remember growing up as a kid. Easter was a great time. It was the first big holiday after when everything starts getting warm and better, and you go through that long, cold, harsh winter, and you just look forward to it, and it was something we celebrate here at home when we're growing up when my mom was around. But it's still a special holiday for those people who are enjoying this weekend. It's going to be a 3-day weekend for many people who don't have a job. I don't have to worry about that anymore. But I hope you enjoy your upcoming Easter day and your weekend. So anyway, also folks, before I start, we have some big news. As you know, Triple O Dynasty has wrapped up. It was a great show. We had a strong number of ladies for women's bodybuilding. We had altogether 14 competitors, 13 in open, 11 in the masters. And it was a good lineup, some amazing ladies. But also want to give a shout out to my dear friend Eunice Martinez Kitchens, and also my friend, my brother, David, Female Body Forum. Both, them and along with JoJo donated to help this show. She was there because I donated a jacket to the show, and that's my little donation to the sport. But also, we're going to say congratulations to the winner of both the Open and Masters. That is Barbara Mojin. Now she's qualified for this year's Olympia and next year's Master Olympia. Also, shout out to the winners in the figure division, Natalia Sotaro, who is, from Miss Ladies, a fellow Mexicana, who's been a multi-time Olympian. And also, congratulations to the Masters champion, Lakeisha Rolak, or Hacker, I want to pronounce her name. But anyway, folks, back to this lovely lady here. And it's been a while since she's been on here. I think last time we talked was just about a few hours before she competed at the Triple O last year. She did a couple of shows. She did a Triple O and also did a Vancouver Pro. Not Vancouver, sorry, Vancouver Island Showdown. And she recently, she's married now. She's a married woman. So I have to address her as now. Let's welcome our guest, IFBB Pro Bodybuilder, Mrs. Gaby Morrison. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you for the invitation. It's always my pleasure to talk here to you and talk about something that is a passion of both, right? Bodybuilding, especially in our division. So thank you so much also to you too for the support and for all the communication and the promotion that you do for our division. We always appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm a fan of you ladies, and I do this because I want to support y'all. Y'all are amazing people, amazing women. The sacrifice and the investment you put into yourself in the sport, and
Yeah.
and I'm like I said again, I want to support y'all. Women's bodybuilding is the architect division. It's a division that except for a couple of divisions that everybody else grown for, women's physique grown from it, fitness, figure, you know, technically divisions like bikini and wellness, and there's the other division, excuse me, it's an offense to me, it's called fit model, excuse me. It's an offense to me. It's not really bodybuilding if you look at a standpoint. And also, congratulations on the nuptials. I mean, she's like, guys, she's married now. She's a married woman, so you can't, be disrespectful to a married lady now.
Thank you. Yeah, it has been almost 1 year, a little bit more than 1 year, and yeah, everything is going well. Everything is, I mean, marriage is not always easy. It has is something very challenging, but well, we are handling very well at all, and I'm pretty sure that we are going to continue like that for a long time.
Well, that's good. It's good that you found somebody that cares for you and also cares for your child because she has a daughter, and you have become a family, and especially finding somebody. I've never been married. I had relations, but not relationships. I had some ladies, had some good times, we had some fun, but nothing really serious. I think the one woman in my life was my mom. I took care of her, she took care of me. We had each other. We were best friends, and to me, she was my woman. So
That's so
yeah.
lovely from you.
Yeah. So anyway, folks, as you know, just about a few, just about a month ago. It's going to be about a month when we heard that the Triple O, sorry, not Triple O, that the Team 4 Pro, that is Hella Trevino, Irene Anderson, and Gina Carvalho announced that they were sponsoring athletes this year for bodybuilding. And our dear friend Gabby is a sponsored athlete under Team 4 Pro. That means that she might possibly see her competing this year. So, what's that feeling now that you are sponsored by three top competitive bodybuilders and two of them Olympians?
Well, it's of course, I feel very flattered. I feel honored. I feel committed. I feel really happy and with a big, big commitment. Grateful with all of them to have me in the team. I can say I received like 3 weeks ago, right after all this, the announcement that they did after they received all the applications. I received my program, and I can say I have had different coaches in this in my career. I have had at least 4 or 5 different coaches, and no one of them have given me the attention and the complete program, like in this case Gina directly is the one that is coaching me, and I have communication directly with her. And the difference between all the coaches that I have had and them or Gina is really big. It's a really big thing, because they are very detailed and taking care of every single thing that matters. And this is why it's important. And for me, I always have thought that that a coach better or in the it's preferably that he or she have had at least one time a competition, and that at least one time in her or his life have stepped a stage and have done like a diet competing or something, because then you know what does that feel, right? How that feels. How do you feel when you are in 1 week out versus 6 weeks out, 12 weeks out? And so what I think they is different is two main things. One, all of them they already passed, no one nor two, but many years of their lives for the same process. That's one. And second, they are women. One day, one of the coaches I remember that I had years ago, he used to tell me women are very different to coach for coaching. Women is like having a Ferrari with the engine that is very sophisticated, so you cannot just put any gasoline on them. And men we are like Chevys, no, or like Hondas. So it's they are easy for bodybuilding, because their own system is biologically is better to build muscle and to don't reserve a lot of fat and all of things. But then women, we are more complicated,
Mhm.
and as women they know very well everything, like changes in the mood, changes in the hormones, changes in the body physically, mentally. Of course, right now I'm perfectly fine mentally. I'm very calm, very quiet. I don't have any concerns. And also, I'm having another stage, I think, on my career, like taking it more easy, enjoying a little bit more the process. But I'm pretty sure if I'm a struggle in some point of my prep, I have all the confidence and I have all I trust them 100%. For all these reasons that I'm telling you. And so that's makes a big difference. So I really feel very strongly support by them, and they always answer the text, any questions. They, of course, have a lot of expertise. And also they are like very, they know what is happening now, what is new, uh, in terms of supplements, all that kind of stuff. And so I think that's also very good that a coach knows like what is new, what is happening in this moment, what is the science. You know, every year the technology, the science is uh, giving steps forward, and it's good to be um, in the same page with what is happening in science. And that's what they know, they have that. And I'm so happy. I really cannot ask for more and be more happier than what I am.
Well, I'm happy for you because you've been competing for quite a long time. You have been women's bodybuilding, women's physique. That's how you got started, women's bodybuilding. Then you transitioned to women's physique, and then you came back to women's bodybuilding. Um,
Exactly, yeah.
your last couple of shows are very impressive. I mean, you look really good at Triple O and also Vancouver. I watched both those shows.
Thank
And and working with, I think that's one thing, like you said about men and women. Yes, I say it like this: men and women, with the same race but with different species. What works for a man may not work for a woman, because men, we're biologically built for, you know muscle, for the fight and like that. Women, y'all supposed to be soft and feminine. You carry our babies. And I
exactly.
think, yeah, and I think it's good that, I think somebody said it's more comfortable to work with a woman that's a coach, because they understand when you go through cycles, when you menstruate or postpartum. Because I know quite a few ladies who are bodybuilders and who are in their late 50s, 40s, and they start going to that age of postpartum, like pre-hormonal times. And men, we don't have to worry about that. We get our hormones. We get a nice new shiny new car or a pretty new something or another and play with it. We'd be good. But y'all women, y'all complicated. Y'all just
I know. You are right. You are right. We have been created to have different changes in hormones in our life, like you said. Like first, well, our period every month, and then in case of you are pregnant someday, well, that's another change. And then the menopause later, after some years. So all these changes are like moving our hormones, right? That's why, because in 1 month we have different different moods, the very different moods, versus a man that they don't have any of these changes on his life. So, but I'm glad that you, as good men, they understand us.
yeah. Well, like I said, I grew up with my mother, three sisters, you know,
Oh, okay. So you
and yeah,
know.
I see it. I didn't know it till I got a little older, because as little kids, you don't pay attention to that stuff. Like you see your sister going through some emotional changes. Like, you just something wrong with her. You don't pay attention to it because you're a little kid. But then you get older, and dealing with women long enough, because you like, y'all can be, again. Y'all are our greatest strength, yet our greatest weakness. Y'all can bring us up, but sometimes y'all can beat us down. So
Yeah.
anyway, when did you apply for the applications to be a sponsored athlete with Team Pro Pro?
When I applied, well, when I saw the announcement, I saw where I think in on Instagram, and I immediately thought that that was amazing. And this announcement actually happened right after I told you that we were talking in a chat about taking strategies to make the women's bodybuilding division stronger, and to make more competitors go this year. So then they announced that, and I was like, "Wow, that's amazing! That's um, a real thing, a real something that you really are showing that you want to help. That's real support to the division." But exactly in the moment, I didn't think to apply, and then I was talking with my husband, and then I told him what they were doing and everything, and then he said me, "Well, you send your application," and I was like, "Yeah, that's true. I will send my application." And then I'm really busy most of the time. I have my daughter also. I work and then train. And so they extend, actually. They had a like a date in which they were going to take the last application, and then they announced that they are going to extend the period of time until March something, or April, March 31. I don't remember very well. But then I said, oh, okay, so this is my opportunity. And then I said, I think I was working on my application like 2 days, because I am not like I still don't speak English really good, and I don't have like a lot of vocabulary. So I have to take my time and then look for all my shows that I have had in all my life and pictures. So I put all together. So I spent like about 2 days, or not all day, but just invest some time on building my application. And then I sent the last day in that was that the convocatory was going to close. And then I said, well, everything is in the hands of God. I believe in God, and I just trust whatever happens. And then, of course, I was very watching and following them to see when they were going to say the winners, or let's say the sponsor people. And then they made a live. I was in the live. My husband was here with me, and then we were really, really happy when they say my name. I was really like, yeah, very, very, very happy, and it's like almost like a winning a show, because it's like working with these three girls that are, like you said, two are Olympians with all that expertise, um, that have had so many shows in their lives and so much success. So it's really a honor. It's really a honor.
Yeah. 'Cause, yeah, that's like I said, it's one thing to do this sport on your own, but then have some people like Gina and Hella and also Irene take an interest in you and want to support and train and help you, reach your goals. I mean, I think it's pretty good because that's especially with women's bodybuilding. I heard about the chat. A couple ladies tell me about it because it's trying to come together and try to
Yes.
be a force. So because fewer shows, fewer opportunities. This year there are also shows like Chicago. Vancouver. We competed last year. It's no longer on the list. And then New York Pro. But here's
And
one thing.
Anaheim, they are
Yeah,
not
yeah.
having this year.
Hmm.
And I mean, I'm very aware of that show because it's here in California and it's closer to me. And I was really happy to do it, but I did it 2 years ago, and I think last year it happened too. And this year, unfortunately, we don't have it. So yeah, it's.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but here's some kind of some good news and highlight. There is at least a couple new shows. One new show is going to be in Brazil, and that is going to be promoted both by, Natalia Coelho, who is the current women's physique champion, and Andrea is also going to help in that. And also, you have the Steve Carr show that's in Arizona, and that's just popped up last year. They had at least 10 ladies for that show. It's going to be a little more, but some ladies dropped out for particular reasons or whatever. So even though we lose shows like Vancouver and the Grand Prix and those others, there's these other shows that are taking their place. It's just that we just got to find promoters who want to, so much who want to get with someone in bodybuilding. And also, sponsorship is important. Wait a minute, we just lost, so give her a second. Might be someone on the phone, folks. Give her a second. She'll be back. But yes, folks, sponsorship is important to these divisions because they need the help. So we got to give her a few minutes. She has popped out some technical difficulties. Maybe I check my phone. Maybe she answer it. Here we gotta give. We have a guest that came through here. We got here. Oh, there she goes. We got here a man Kale the Wonder just popped in. It says, "Hola, Gabrielle, and what's up, George? Hola, brother, ¿cómo estás?" Yeah, you say, "Hola." Can you hear me?
I cannot hear you.
Well, you sure? Oh, this problem is, uh, this is do this. Go in and go out. Come like just wait a minute. Let me see you. Let me see your message. You should get it. Give me a second. Where's the private messages here? Right here. Say, um, go out and come back in. You should see it in a second. You know, and if she can't hear me, can you still hear me? Saw the message. Yeah. Give her a second. Okay, do that. Go out and come back in, and then we'll try. So while she's working on that, we'll give her a few minutes to come back. So as you saw, the Triple Dynasty is a wrap. And congratulations to the ladies who competed. I was really, I really liked the show. It's a great show. I mean, amazing competitors. Some of those ladies came in good condition, amazing shape. We had some couple of ladies who made their pro debut also at the show. So she's back.
Sorry
Hello.
about that. Sorry about that.
That's
Someone
all.
was trying to call me in this moment. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's sometimes it happens when you know that. So, but yeah, I think this new, um, you
I
know,
think that show Steve Curry sent at Vegas, right?
yes, that's in Vegas.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. In November. Yeah,
Hmm.
I would like to do that, but yeah, that we will see. We will see.
Yeah, you would see because like I say no rush because this year they moved the Olympia up to September. So, because
Mm,
yeah, and that's a big move. I'm wondering. I mean, why? Because what it does, I think, it makes a lot more shows. Because I think other shows have to really start trying to set the time so they can be able to try to compete at that time. And
yeah.
then September is going to be like you're going to have October and November. So that's at least a good, two like almost 2 months after Olympia. So you have the
Yes.
time if you want to do that show. Maybe you could talk to Hella, Irene, Gina, see what they think about it. Because sometimes you want
Yeah.
to get your feedback
Yeah.
to the coaches.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So while we got her here, we're gonna do this. We're gonna jump into social media for a little bit. If you know Gabby, you follow her on social media. Her link description is live. If you're interested in supporting her, and also say congratulations on her new sponsorship with the Team 4 Pro, reach out to
Okay.
Jerry Interest. And also, guys, remember this, guys, she's a married woman. Gotta be respectful. I know she's a pretty little Latina there. I know you guys get a little, a little bothered by these little hot Latinas, but be respectful. She's a married woman. All right. She's newly married woman. Okay. So we'll jump into her social media for a bit. And I see
Oh,
some stuff
thank
here.
you.
Not problem. And I see you have here. This is one of your new clients here. I believe she's a competitor.
Yeah, she is my client. She's amazing. She is a competitor, yeah, but she's in the natural bodybuilding league. So we have a very beautiful story together because I was training her since the first time in her life that she started training for, let's say, bodybuilding. But in that time she was contact me because she just wanted to train and have someone that really guide her through all this journey of having a better physique, maybe drop some fat and build some muscle as a woman. Um, so she came to Pleasanton. She lives here in California, close to my city, and we start training. I start training her. I remember very well the first time I trained her, and she was feeling a little bit dizzy, and because my workouts, I am a person that I really give you a workout. I'm not giving you like, oh, do this, do that, and bye bye. No, I really am going to put you to train in a very good way. So I remember that day she was really dizzy and she couldn't finish the workout. So I was thinking, oh, maybe I went too hard with her. And then she left, and then she contacted me again, and she said, "Oh, I would like to continue." And since that time to the today, we have been a very, very good team. She's an attorney, but one very good side of her life is fitness, to do bodybuilding. And one day she just arrived and said, "You know what? I really would like to compete." And so when she told me that, I said, "Wow, that's a big decision." I explained her everything, and it's something curious because when you don't know anything about what is a diet, what is a training program, what is a stage, what is posing, and then but you just follow what the paper or your sheet says, no? You just follow exactly all the instructions, and that's what she said. She did, and then she started to do natural bodybuilding competitions. She has big legs. She has very, very big quads. She's genetically very, very gifted. So she did wellness the first time that she did show, and then she switched to women's physiques. She have done figure even, and all the divisions she have done tremendously good. She become professional. I think if not the first, the second show that she did, she got the professional level in natural bodybuilding, and then she just is so happy to continue this journey. And she says something very, very important that I want to remember to everybody because it's true and something that bodybuilding is not only physique, like build your physique, build muscles or workout, is also build a mentality. And that's one of the most important things that bodybuilding is going to give you, the mentality. And when you train, you feel better. Your physiologically, your body is releasing neurotransmitters and hormones that are going to make you feel much better. And then you are going to think better and with with more clarity about everything, and then you can take better decisions, and then you can handle better whatever your job, your work, your family, or whatever. I have other clients that are businessmen. They feel also more confidence to talk with other clients about business. She feels much better as an attorney, taking decisions and thinking with more clarity, as she said, about her cases, because that's not easy. She always have told me that it's very draining. No? Some jobs, some careers are really draining, and then the gym is going to give you some peace, let's say like that, and just a different way to face life, face whatever problems are in at work or any challenges that your particular life has. And so that's one of the things why we all love bodybuilding. And I can say all my clients um, have realized the same. As some of them are retired, some of them are still in the business, or some of them have very demanding jobs, so mentally they are exhausted. But then the gym keeps giving them the strength, the mental strength that they need to go and do it better and better every time.
Yeah, that's the thing is about, the gym is a place you go to, to work out, to train. It also it's a place to help when you're doing the mental stuff. It's a lot to be a bodybuilder, to build your confidence, to have the courage, to have the energy, especially now you got a family to take care of, you or you working with other people. you're still a trainer yourself, and try to find time
Yeah.
to
Mhm.
train other people and get ready for a competition.
Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
Exactly. So it's something that you gotta figure how to balance your life, because I love bodybuilding. I have been doing this by 25 years, if not more at all, but it cannot be and all, in my life. It's just a part of my life, but also my life has other parts, like my daughter, like being a mother, being a wife, being a trainer for my clients. And sometimes you become also, I'm nutritionist, so of course I give nutrition plan to all my clients, but also sometimes you are like someone that can hear them, can guide them through some things that they can struggle in their lives, because we have developing this mentality, this strength. And then you can see with more clear what your client needs. And when they have some problems, sometimes they talk to me, and I can at least uh, say a good advice, for their lives. And yeah, it's just beautiful to create relationships with all of them, and all of this knowledge and all of this resilience and this mindset that now I is have built through all these years in bodybuilding. Because um, it's not an easy path, but it's so beautiful.
Yeah. Like I said, I would say it's a for anybody who to understand this sport and who is often curious. I would say that's why I do these interviews and reach out to women like yourself to educate people that there's more than bodybuilding than just big muscles. It's about lifestyle, life changes. Here she is she's talking here.
Just finished my cardio after the workout. Look,
And one guy moving like a bunny rabbit.
and this weekend is a Triple O Dynasty. That's a very, very wonderful show. I did it the past 2 years. Um, I had the honor to be uh, the first place in Masters Division and qualify for the Masters Olympiad. That's a very special feeling that I still keep. And I invite you to buy the stream live for the show and support the women's bodybuilding division and of course figure. Both are amazing girls. Good luck for all my sisters that are going to compete this weekend. And just keep going, keep training, keeping it happy, and remember that everything is possible.
Yeah, that's really cool. I mean, you were there and you won the Masters last year, and that was in Japan.
That was, yeah. I went to the Triple O the first year that the Triple O was organized. This is the third year of that show, the Triple O. So I did it the first year, and the first year I placed second, and then in the Open, and then I won the Masters, and I got my qualification for the Masters Olympia. That was last year in Japan, as you said. But in that time, unfortunately, for the reasons of visa, I couldn't go, because in that time I was not married yet. And then the work permit that I had just allowed me to go to Canada or to Mexico for less than 30 days. So I was not able to travel to any other country that are not these two. And so that's why I did Toronto. That was at Canada like 2 years ago too, because the same reason, the visa that I had, or the work permit, didn't allow me to go more. But well, my friend, everything happens for a reason, and I have more opportunities to continue competing. Last year also I did Triple O and then Vancouver. After that, I continued training and I got an injury on my knee that really was a tear in the meniscus that really stopped me basically to train my quadriceps specifically. I think for 2, if not 3 months. So I was not training them because that year was really hard. I went to different doctors in sports, some in specialists in sports medicine, but basically there was nothing to do. Only wait until the tear could heal by itself. I'm still young to have a surgery, and then they don't consider that I need a surgery. Um, and then, well, I was using some peptides and doing some kind of therapy by myself until I start recovering more and more. And then I went again to train my legs. Because of all the years that I have training, I have problems in both of my knees. And I think this is just something common in people like me that we have years and years and years training. Just the joints doesn't have the same capability than the muscle to recover that fast. And so I have these problems on my knees. I just try to be very smart at training my legs, handle different techniques to keep stimulating the muscle and keep making the stimulus deep, but without injuring too much my joints because I want to continue. I want to continue working out and competing. So um, in this case, for example, Gina and all the team of Team for Pro, they understand very well all these kind of problems too, and so they can give you good advices on how to do it, what not to do, and how to deal with all these problems. And so that's why last year I didn't do more shows after Vancouver, but in my plan was to do more shows. Unfortunately, well, this happened, and then after that, I took a very big off season that I think I was like maybe 6 years that I didn't have a very good off season because year by year I was competing, and then I can say like 1 year of off season after that injury, and well now. I'm going to prepare for a show. I'm very happy, and as I said, enjoying more the process because as a competitor, you always are thinking in if even if you don't want, some part of your mind is thinking about other competitors and maybe comparing. And now I'm in the point that I know my physique is unique, and I just go to make the best possible version with the physique that I have, right? And just feel good, feel fabulous, feel super happy to have the opportunity to work with these amazing coaches and get new knowledge too, of course. And yeah, just enjoy the process 100%.
Yeah, because this is a process to train, to work out, then dealing with an injury. Oh my God, that's because right now I have issues. I know a lady I interviewed back, Tisha Thomas, the Tigress. She also had issue because that's what was because the issue of being overweight because it can do a lot of issues. It can give you problems with the knees because I got arthritis in both my knees. I was seeing orthopedic specialist. She told me that I was thinking about me to get surgery on one knee, but so it's just arthritis. You just gotta come in, get some shots, and get evaluated. Just make surgery that last minute. You have no other choice but to do it. But as long as you can
Mhm.
find some alternatives and use peptides at that, and like again, this is not with quite a few interviews I had with you ladies, and I've been told this is not a race; it's a marathon. It's about trying to. You've been doing this for over 20 years, and
Oh yeah.
you want to stay in the game as long as you can without having any issues, having problems. Just you want to enjoy your competitive years before you say, you know what, I'm just gonna pack it up and go ahead and live my life. I got myself a man now, and I got my family. Bodybuilding's always gonna be there whenever you want to come back to it. We have here a comment from a man, KL the Wanderer. He says this: for you, what is the negative effect on bodybuilding besides the positive? Is it a balance?
The positive side effects in bodybuilding. Well, we all know when bodybuilding is not natural, we use PEDs, and all of them they will have a side effect in your body, and that's not there's no question about it. Depending on how much do you use of each substance, the side effects can be different. Can affect your cardiovascular system, can affect your kidneys, your liver. Sometimes the side effects also are in the nervous system. But again, is you have to be very smart to use them. You have to be very aware that what are the side effects, and have a good coach that guides you, that recommends you the best way to use all of these. um, and I have in this career more than 25 years, like I said. um, and I'm very grateful that I'm here, still healthy, still, as you said, it's not a race, it's a marathon. And as a marathon, you have to think since the beginning to be very careful if you want your career to last, right? And it is it's how you handle. It's how you handle, like, uh, your career. Bodybuilding for me is beautiful. Is something that makes you create and grow as a human being. That makes you build that strength, mental strength, that resilience, that discipline, that consistency that you can then apply in other aspects of your life. But of course, if you don't handle correct, if you abuse, or if you are so much passionate, I think really in these days, because there are too much information on social media, on internet, and many guys are really young, and they really don't think in the consequences in the long term. And I say it because I was young when I started. I was like 16 years old when I started, and I didn't care anything. I didn't care my health. I never thought about my knees. I never thought about my hip. I never not even thought that one day I was going to maybe have kids, right? Or be pregnant. And that's how I feel like many of the kids of 20s and like that are giving information on social media, and they are just thinking in the moment. That is good, but when you want to build a career in bodybuilding, because it's a marathon, is long, you gotta take care of everything and think very well what you are thinking, what you are doing, and preferably take a good coach like Team for Pro. They are amazing. Then they have real knowledge of what they are doing, because they already lived the same path, the same pathway, the same road. They have walked the road, right? So they know what way is better for you. um and so, yeah, it depends how you handle. And it's like everything in life, you can talk good about some fruit, right? But some other people, person cannot like that fruit and is going to talk that is horrible, right? So it's about how you think about it.
Yeah, and it's good that they reach out to you because I know on the list there's quite a few ladies who are Ivy pros like yourself. A couple of ladies who I've interviewed before, like you. One lady, she says she wasn't going to compete this year, but the sponsorship came just the right time because she wanted to do another show. I interviewed a young lady just about a couple weeks ago, and this was a great opportunity for her. She's a precious young lady. Her name is Lucy, and she's very hype about it. I mean, it's a good thing what they're doing to give the opportunity, especially for women. They do have one guy on the list. It's somebody. I think he's a men's classic competitor. I don't know much about him, but coming and helping women to achieve their goals and teaching them what they learned over the years of being bodybuilders and using their knowledge and to share it with others. That's good, and especially again we go back to the fact for women. Here we got here a comment from my man KL the Wonder. He says, "How long is your training?"
My training lasts about 1.5 hours, 2 hours, depending on what muscles I'm training. Um, and also, like for example, in the pre-contest season, we used to do a session of cardio in the morning, and then come back later at the afternoon or evening to do weight training. It depends. Every person handle different. I have had different coaches. I have had even 3 workouts a day in some point of my life. That was crazy, crazy, and some mistakes that you do. But the coach tells you to do that, right? And then you trust the coach in that moment, and then you just go and do it. So I'm very grateful with my body, right? That I'm still here and be able to compete and do another prep for more shows after all these kind of mistakes and push the body to the extreme. Push the body to the extreme. That's what we do in bodybuilding. Um, but everything have to be in the mind to have a very positive mind, and a very calm peace sometimes, and don't sometimes you are hard on yourself, and so that is not going to help. Just being
Yeah.
positive is the best way to do it.
Yeah, because it's good because you're gonna have some tough days, especially when you go on prep and you're hungry and you're tired and you sometimes can't sleep, and then you have a man say, "Honey, you gonna cook dinner today?" He had the kid, "Mommy, if you're gonna cook, say now." Sometimes you have
Oh
so
yeah,
many.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
That's the
That's
thing. You
my
got
life.
yeah, that's a life, especially as a woman. You're the mother, you're the wife, you're the trainer, you're the lover. You're everything to to the people around you and your family. We have your comment. Shout out to my man KL. This says, what do you do outside of bodybuilding in terms of hobbies? Do your husband, that's not a bodybuilder, does he understand it?
Well, other hobbies other than bodybuilding, that's a good question. Really, maybe my a new hobby could be like, but it's very related with bodybuilding, is to create, videos. I just discovered that I like to edit the videos and put some effects and things like that. But really, I have all my life is really this sport is very demanding. This sport is very demanding. When you are on prep, you cannot go to the party. You cannot go to, for example, this Easter, no? Maybe you are not so free to go and say, oh, let's take a couple of days outside, because you that implies more organization in bringing your meals, cooking exactly this, maybe bringing the scale to put exactly the amount of food that you have to take, and then you cannot stop your workouts, right? You have to do cardio at this time, working this at this time, and then looking for a gym everywhere you are. That's not easy to do, and then you prefer that mentally adds more stress and than helping. So basically, I'm always or either working with my clients. I love training them. I love really talking to my clients and just creating that relationship with them. And if I'm not with them, I'm at home. I like the movies. I like to watch movies at the cinema, for example, or at Netflix, of course, when I have time. Let's say that will be a really something that I enjoy. I enjoy watching any movie with my daughter sometimes, and because just I'm just calm, I just have some quiet and some rest, because when you are a bodybuilder you are always training, always doing this, always doing that, and if you work and everything, it's tiring, so you want to rest. And my husband, he is very supportive man. He's very good, as a good man. He always have support me in everything since the beginning. Probably that's why I married him, because this sport is not easy to understand. It's not easy to understand that I have to eat this and this amount, and I will not take that. Or I will go to a restaurant, but I will bring my container with my food, you know, or and helping me with everything. So he helped me also for the working out, and it's not easy to also. mm, Understand that you have to go hard sometimes on the workouts. That is not a hobby. It's not a hobby to work out for me. It's something serious. It's something that I'm going to push myself, and I'm going to be serious. I'm going to be focused on it. And it's not like I'm going to talk or be social with people. Of course, I like talking with people, but I'm very focused on my workout, and he understands that part very well. He understands the part of the food. He supports me and everything. He doesn't do bodybuilding, but he do workout. He used to play soccer when he was younger. Along, so he likes sports in general. So I think that helps.
Yeah, he's just a typical man. He likes the sports, but he also loves to support his woman. That's good that you found somebody. When did y'all meet?
Where?
When did y'all meet?
When we meet, I think like 3 years ago, when I just moved here in 2022, because I went to do a show uh to Tampa, and then I moved here at the end of 2022, and then I meet him in like about May or June of 2023, because I was doing a prep for Tampa again in that year. That was the only show that I did in 2023. I was preparing for Tampa. He was in the gym working out, and then he approached to me to ask me, "Oh, what do you do to have that? Do with that thread, that condition, that shape?" And then we started talking. That's how everything started. And next year in 2024 was I had all his support, and I think that was one of the best years of my life in bodybuilding, because I got my qualification for masters. I placed second in the triple O, and then I did Toronto, I did Anaheim. So, and I think my condition, I liked my shape that year. um, Maybe in the moment, this is what I say, you are hard, and I need more this, I need more that, and this is not enough. And but then when you see your pictures like 1 year later or some month later, you see, oh, you know what, I really look it good, I really did it good. And so yeah, that's what happened.
That's nice. You found love in here, and you met him. He married you, and he supports you. Because I've seen pictures y'all together. I remember seeing the wedding pictures. You're doing a flex in the wedding dress. Some guys like that. They love the and
One of the things that I really, really like from my husband is how playful he is, how funny he is, and that personality. She's so just funny and happy, and doesn't take so serious everything. And so I learned from him that, like, don't take so serious. You life is so beautiful, so enjoyable, and then we always are so like, oh, this has to be like that, and no, it's not. No, just enjoy it. So I think coming to with him to the shows have been doing the difference to enjoy it more. Yeah.
yeah, it's good to have that. He enjoys what you do. You enjoy what he's doing. You spend time together, and and again go back to support because being a woman in sport is hard. We don't have that support, especially if it comes to family and friends, and you have that now with him. We have here shout out to my man Sean McMillan coming through. He says this. He says, "Good afternoon, George and Gabriella. Thank you, brother." Also, he says this. He says, "Gabriella, to see you in the Olympia lineup this year." Yeah, so let's cross our fingers. Like I said, if we all know the shows are few and far between. We do have we won't see no more women's bodybuilding. We do have masters in Puerto Rico, and that's
Yeah.
I think a couple of weeks from now. But that's for Masters Olympia for next year. And the thing is, we're not sure when they're going to have it. There's talks that they may try to have it here in the States. If you could do a show that's maybe get you a Master Olympic qualification, would you love to do a show in the Masters both the Olympia and the Master Olympia here in the States?
Oh, yeah, I would like to do. I want to do both, open and masters, because I already have the age, right? So yeah, and because if I am on shape, right, and you go to a show that has both categories, bu- just since my perspective, just go and do it, right? You are already there, and so that's what I want to do both. Yes.
hmm We got here comment from a man KL. Shout out to him. He says, "What is your favorite movie about bodybuilding?" For for the first question, because he answered, but he had to check himself. So, like, what was you ever? We were coming up. What was the a bodybuilding movie you saw other than there was like two of them? That was Pumping Iron, and there was Pumping Iron Two. You ever watch those two?
I watch it too, both too. Yeah, yeah. I like it. I like it more, but probably the first one. And I don't know if you watched the documental of Irene, actually, the one that she did that is like too big for the world.
Oh yeah, yeah, yes, yeah. 'Cause I remember there's a part in it where she goes to the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic and she asks Arnold why you don't have women's bodybuilding at your show anymore. Because
Exactly,
yeah, I've
exactly.
seen I've seen Also I know a lady, she done a documentary that I mentioned earlier. Her name is Tisha Thomas. She goes by the Tigress, and she did one I Am the Tigress. Was talk about, as you know, I don't know if you know about this. There's a lady named Kelly Larkins. She just turned pro at nationals last year, and
Oh,
she's getting together with some other women, and they're going to do a documentary called Behind the Physique. She's already, she has to GoFundMe for one half of
oh,
it. The other half's being sponsored by somebody else. And she's already announced 6 women who's going to be part of it. Rashana Boswell, Anastasia Ryder, Lavanya Barros. A couple of girls who are amateurs, and one girl just got a pro card. Name is Montana Foya. I interviewed Montana a couple of times. You know,
oh,
yeah, and this is something. It's good that especially as fans who are fans of women in bodybuilding and female bodybuilding, we like to
yeah.
see more of y'all maybe on TV or on documentaries, not just on the stage, but maybe do like I don't know something like with this new chat. Maybe we should come together. Maybe talk about maybe doing like a documentary because I know they just had one for the Olympia for the sixth
Yeah.
Olympia, and Andrea was in it. I was surprised that because I don't have Prime. I don't do streaming, but somebody told me, say, "Hey, George, Andrea's in it." Maybe I'll watch it. Because
Oh yeah, oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
I thought it'd be
She's
just
a
gonna be
really
just the
real
dudes
queen.
and maybe bikini competitors.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. That's right. I think if we could put together like a movie or another documentary or something that shows more than those muscles that women's bodybuilding we have. What is behind that? How do you build that? How more is in life, and how much effort is to get that condition, that shape, how what all the hard work, and that is not that we want to compete with men or that we want to appear like men or something like that. It's just I always make an analogy that maybe not, is not that clear, but it's like just a woman trying to reach their maximum potential. But in this specific case of bodybuilding, the maximum potential shows with the body, right? And that means that you are going to be the hardest, biggest, and but that doesn't mean that you are not a woman or that you are losing your femininity. It's just like it's the same like the doctor that is a woman and is the best doctor, the best pediatric or the best whatever, and it's a woman. It doesn't mean anything else than Sherman is so smart and so dedicated, and she put all those hours of study and dedication to that career. But it's the same, but this is with the physique, right? Showing the physique, and that's a big difference. But it's I guess because of that is exactly what how is or what is so controversial.
Because I think that's one thing is that when you look at women with muscle, they think that, especially the everyday man, that it's not is like if you go someplace, you see a woman that's, maybe a little bit more rounder, a little full figured, a little bit have some little hips like that. Then you see someone like you or some other lady that's a bodybuilder. It's just like it's something that's maybe they don't understand it. What inspires for women to put muscle on like that? They feel like you're not as feminine, compared to the everyday woman, but you are a woman. One thing most definitely knows that you're a woman, that you have a child. Men, we can't produce babies. We can give y'all babies. We can't produce them. But the thing is, this is a sport about passion. It's about, finding something that you love to do, the training, the working out, and just living your life. You're not going to make everybody happy, but the only person you should make happy is yourself.
Definitely, definitely, yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, um, in these days, for example, with Jesus Christ, you know, half of the world doesn't agree with the biggest or one of the biggest personalities of the world, that is Jesus Christ. So of course, many people is not going to agree with what I want to do or what how I want to look, right? But the point here is to do what you like to do and to be happy with that and to build something through that, right? In this case, as we have talked, um, build that resilience, that discipline, that consistency, that mental strength, and the capability to help others because you have walked that road and you know better how to do it in an easy, let's say, easiest way and in a short time, right? So I can help others, right, through my experiences. Um, and that's what I do is the same that Team 4 Pro is doing, helping others through the same experience that they have. And that's everything. Help others is everything. So
Yeah, and shout out again to Hella, Irene, and Gina, what they're doing, giving the opportunity for a woman like yourself and other women in the sport to compete in a sport that they love, they have a passion for, and I respect what they do. I was, was it a couple weeks ago? Was going to have was actually was last Sunday. We were going to have a little panel with them and talk to them about it, but situation happened. It couldn't happen. I was hoping to invite you, but I was talking with Gina. We will try to maybe do it maybe at another time, and if you're ever available, maybe you can want to come on and maybe show your support and just
Oh
once we
yeah,
get
I actually thought that you have done that. I
yeah
didn't know that didn't happen, but yeah, of course, because Gina is in Europe. Is she's
yeah
in
Gina.
so the difference in time, is, but of course, if you set another time and everybody can do it, and I will be very happy to join you guys and talk about the same, because at the end, this is our passion, and we could keep talking here all day about this and that, about
Yeah,
bodybuilding. I know that.
yeah. I know. We was it last week was me, Ivan Eunice, our dear friend Eunice, our sister Eunice, and
Oh yeah.
I got the opportunity to meet Eunice when I went to Tampa. She competed at the Tampa Bay Pro, and I got to meet her. We were she and her partner and her friend JoJo, they were hanging out. This is a picture from here. They gave the jacket to the winner of that show,
Oh,
Lavinia Barros. Shout out to Lavinia. Also, it was a great opportunity. Also, they got to meet some other ladies there. I was there. I got to meet Steve. Not Steve. I'm talking to meet Tim Gardner. There's Isabel Terrell. I try not to look Isabel because she's in one of those high heels and I'm and you don't you try not because she's kind of short, but then she's wearing the high heels and she and I got to talk to Kevin Lavrone, and I said, "Hey, I shook his hand, saying, Mr. Lavrone, you should have won at least a couple of Olympias
yeah.
during your
Mhm.
time, And there's Bob Ciccarello, Bobby Chick. Also, I ran into Salika, sorry, not Salika, Sharonka Hinton there, and
Sharon Cahen.
yeah,
Yeah.
I ran into Ashley Jones. She's so petite,
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Oh,
Even
wow.
she gave me a
That's
shout
nice.
out. She gave me a shout out on my channel. I
Yeah.
even
She's
got to meet
amazing.
I got to meet Paula Ranta. She was there, when she's still young competitor. She got up and go. And also there was a gentleman that was there. I don't know if you never heard of him. He is a rock legend. David Lee Roth from Van Halen. He was there, because he was hanging out at the show, and he's a big bodybuilder fan. Me, him, and Eunice got to talk to him a bit. He's an amazing man. I mean, it was a great opportunity to meet him there. I was like, I wouldn't get to meet someone like that staying at home, and also got to meet Jolene. And also have a lovely lady who's also herself a Mexican like herself. Her name is Keo. She got her pro card at North Americans just right after she
Oh,
won the overall here at the Tampa Bay Extravaganza. And and I met her
mhm.
and her husband. Her husband Greg, he's like 65 years old. He competes as a men's classic competitor, and the guy's
Wow.
65. If I
Wow.
talked to him, I can't believe the guy's 65. He looks better than me, and I'm 51. We have here, shout out to my guest here, my man Nardos. He's coming through. He's from Croatia. He says, hi, everyone. Hi there, brother. Also, he
Hi.
says, greetings. Thank you, brother. And also, he says this. He says, what's Gabriella's plan for the future in bodybuilding? So, what's the plan?
Well, the short term future is to compete this year. I want to do three, or if possible, four shows. That would be amazing for me. Let's see how everything goes after the first show, but I'm very confident that I will be very careful with my workouts and all of that to don't cause any injuries, and continue training this year and compete this year. And then I'm pretty aware also that I will retire pretty soon, because these problems of my knees, and because now I want to dedicate more time to my daughter. She likes to swim, and she needs my support. And also I want to build a bigger business, 10 more clients, help more people through my experience of um, because there are many people that of course wants to be on shape and already goes to the gym but I don't have any results, so I would like to dedicate more time to help more clients. And I don't know, maybe probably compete 2 years more, and I really would love to qualify for the Olympia. Absolutely, that's the dream of every single bodybuilder. um, and I will keep trying. And I really am confident with Gina and everybody that we can do it. And that's my plan in bodybuilding.
That's good. That's a good plan to have. You want to, be as long as you feel like you want to stay in this sport, and then again, spend more time with your family, build your business. Because the thing is that not everybody, you know, bodybuilding is not as lucrative of a sport compared to others where you can make a living off of. You can, there's a whole handful of people like Andrea or, just one guy, Andrew Jack, who just won the Arnold Classic and the UK show, the Arnold UK. He made $1 million off of 2 shows, but that's harder for women to get that much money. You have to do maybe a lot of shows and win first place every single time, and that will be enough. Um,
Yeah,
Shout out to a
yeah, yeah.
man. Nadosi says this is, does she have any other goals for the future besides bodybuilding? Well, she mentioned that she's gonna, she wants to expand her business, and
Yeah,
because she's a
that's my
coach and a
main
trainer.
goal at this time,
Yeah,
to build and grow my business. Yeah.
yeah, and and you've been doing this for quite some time, and also there's always room for women in the sport as coaches and trainers. And I think like what Gina and what Hella and what Irene's doing, because some again we go back to this, some men don't understand the aspects of what it is for a woman, and also like your last show, you did the Cool Owl show. What was the feedback from the judges? What did you get from that show? It was a pretty good show. Shout out to Corey, who was the promoter of
Oh,
that show.
that's a great question. That's a great question because through all these years, believe it or not, all these years, sometimes you don't have very clear what the judges have. Even when in my case, particular case, I have competing several times, and sometimes I feel like I have gotten a very good condition, and then one day I remember I competed in women's physique in St. Louis Pro, and I placed it the last place, and my condition was amazing. At that time is I hired a very expensive coach here, and you may feel very disappointed after spending all that money, all that time, all that effort, and place it the last one. And I didn't feel that I looked so bad, uh, and I didn't ask for the feedback in that time. But you gotta be confused between shows because you do this and then the judges tell you something and then another judges tell you all something different, so you got sometimes confused. And I do confess that I felt like that all the past years. But last year I had the opportunity to talk with one of the judges at Vancouver. He is actually he's a very good judge, in my opinion. He is actually the person that is running the federation or the association. I don't know, in Canada. He's a senior man, um, and I approached to him and my husband too, and so we were trying to understand what happened during the show. In my case, because the main judge, when I approached to him, his feedback for me was like, you need more condition. We want to see the separation between the glutes and the hamstrings. And so I was a little bit of confused because the winner in that show was really not showing that it was actually the softer of all of the girls that we compete in that show. And so I was thinking like, I don't understand that, but you don't cannot go and argue with a judge. So then I approached to this other judge that is from Canada, and then he explained me with more passions what happens. So what happens is there are different structures. So there are some structures that, let's say, like Andra Shaw, like Ashley Jones, like Celica, right? Or like I don't know, just to mention some amazing structures that are already gift. They are symmetrical, they are big, they are hard, they got the condition, they have everything. They have a very beautiful flow naturally. Of course, they have to work hard to show and to build and everything, but they already have the structure that bodybuilding likes, or that is for bodybuilding. But in the case that of people like me that we don't have that structure, so what they say is these structures are already gift, that are beautiful, that have that natural flow. When they arrive, and they are soft, and they don't have that condition, but they have that symmetry, and then have that beautiful flow, then the judges give them more, the points more. But in the case of structures that you like yours, that you don't have all that flow and that structure like that, then you don't allow, or you cannot allow yourself to show in some not condition. You have to arrive hard. You have to arrive with all the condition, the separation, the striations on the glutes, the separation on the hamstrings, and everything, because that's going to give you the points versus someone that has already the structure. So then I understood why they judge that way, that particular show, and what I have to do. Right. So for me, of course, I know my limitations, and I work on them, but I always have to show a very good condition. So I have cleared very clear that part. And it was very, very useful for me, that feedback, because he explained me in a very good way, and yeah, I just got it.
Yeah, don't mind me. I got neighbors playing music real loud right now. But yeah, that's the thing, is that everybody's body's different. Like if you look at the last show that Ashley done, that was the
Steve Carr.
Steve Carr. She looked, I mean, she looked really
Yeah,
good, and
incredible.
she really came up from taking third place. Then you look at divisions, how they're evolving. You look at someone like this example here. You look at Angela Yo. You look at Natalia Cuejo. One thing with Natalia, she has that smaller, crazy small waist, great condition. Angela's about that same, but she does have a little bit issue with her waist because of thick waistline, because for all the years of powerlifting.
Hmm.
And you look at
Exactly.
how divisions have evolved. You compare it to like people like Sharonica, to Natalia, and to Sarah. I mean, and then you look at someone like, this is a good example, Anastasia Korbaleva.
Yeah.
She's a beast. She's huge.
Yes. 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 He's huge. He's huge. She's huge, and she's amazing. Yeah, she's just big, big, big. Right. And so yeah, every structure is different, and that's why I said every physique is unique, and you gotta just without comparisons, in the moment that you are preparing for the show, just working what you see in the mirror, and create the best version that you have in front of you, that is in the mirror. But then of course during the show there are going to be comparisons, because that's the bodybuilding. And just be happy what you bring, and be satisfied with what you bring, uh, even though that always you can do it better and better.
Yeah. Here's come from Nodos. He says this. Nodos says, "What is her dream that did not come true, and someday maybe it will?"
Qualify to the Olympia,
Yes,
definitely.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. you and your husband had a good time there in Vancouver. I want to ask you just especially, yeah, in another country, especially just finish your last show. And what did y'all, as my half life says, what was that thing that made you stranger and make you stronger? What was that thing you got to finally get to eat, Gabriella? What was that thing that was it was calling you? That thing that was making your mouth water?
To eat, well, I really love meat. I love red meat. I love a very good and big cut of red meat. I love that. And with maybe potato or I like fries. Basically, I like fries, but if not like this kind of potato that is double. I don't know if all the restaurants has that, but there is one here very close to us, and I love that potato that is like with cream inside and all
Fully
those
loaded.
species. Yeah, and I love that. Yeah, that's my favorite meal, or a big burger. A big burger. Last year, no, 2 years ago when we went to Toronto, um, the coach that time told me to eat two burgers before the show, then the night before the show. So I ate two big burgers like that, and I couldn't believe that I really ate both. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my favorite, definitely.
Yeah, I know, especially after that long prep, and especially if you're coach, you can have a couple of burgers, Gabby, you be all right, you be fine, because this the thing is, it's food is I will well, from my conversation with some ladies, food is one part of the process. It's an important part of it, and also your training, your dieting, everything comes with it, because and the consistency, and then again the commitment, the passion to drive to be a bodybuilder and to be a woman in this sport where everybody pays attention to the men because they're the guys who get a lot of attention. You ladies, you have to present both femininity and muscularity. You're walking a thin line that is hard for a woman to do.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard for us to do because well, I would say this way because our hormones, or the hormones that we have biologically, and when we do bodybuilding, when we go to that hard diet, and when we put our body fat percentage so low, that's not natural for a woman. For a woman that has a period every month, that is the reason of the period every month is because in some point of your life the biology said, oh, you are a woman, and in some point of your life you are going to be able to be have a baby, so you need all this fat, and you that may happen every month of your life. So you need all this amount of fat in your body to handle your hormones and everything. Let's say in the normal case, um, and so when you go against that, against your biology, because you want to put that fat so low to, and and also to build that muscularity, that's not natural, and that's exactly the hard work of women's bodybuilding.
Yeah, we have a comment from here, my man. I think he's really asking, says, when you talk about the condition, what is that really mean? I mean, difference between judges type of conditions and women's bodybuilder and conditions, because women and men bodybuilders and judges have, he says like this, different types of conditioning. That's the thing is because women and men are different. Men can put on muscle a lot easier than women can because we don't have a higher BMI as women, because women carry our babies. They carry more fat in their breasts, their hips, their thighs. Men, we're more leaner because of going back to ancient times where we were the hunters. We go out there, we go hunting. We needed to move. We needed muscles. We need our fast twitching muscles. We chased after heavy game.
Mhm.
We will have to be
Yeah.
leaner and stronger. Women, you were home, you were back at the huts, you were warming the fires, cleaning the skins, raising the babies, breastfeeding. we don't have we do have nipples. Yes, we do have nipples, but there's nothing come out of this. So, I seen a video where this little baby climbing on his daddy and started saying, "Hey, don't come out of that," because they don't care. They didn't care the difference,
Yeah,
because
yeah, it's
yeah,
true.
yeah,
Yeah, but I want to add something like the condition is because sometimes people ask me to the same question. The condition is the level of shredness. Is that correct to say? Like how
shredding.
shred you are, how shred you are. That's in bodybuilding. We call that condition. Like how much, how low is your body fat percentage, and how much muscle you can see clear, and how much striations. For example, you have there are men that has a great condition. Of course, but there are women that already that also has a great condition, and for being a woman, that's I don't know how to explain. I don't know how to, as you said, men are already built for that, right? But women, we are all the opposite. And then when we get the point to have the condition uh, that hard, that's big. That's a big effort for a woman.
Yeah, because it takes a lot of time. Because you know what, it's like we get that really paper thin skin. We can see the striations in the glutes and in the you see the vascularity in the arms and the shoulders. You
Yeah.
know,
Hmm.
you want that nice pop. You want that nice granulateness of body of being a bodybuilder, especially the woman. But it takes a lot of time. You also it's pretty much like a science being a
Oh
bodybuilder.
yeah, it is definitely, and on top of having all that vascularity, condition, striations, separations in the gluten, and so you have to have feminine, right? You posing very flowing, get the makeup, get the hair, and everything beautiful. Um, so we gotta have everything together on
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah, it's come together of a beautiful combination of muscle and femininity, and and it's a hard it's a like this. I say by this like that. It's like this the Peace Corps. I remember this, the Peace Corps. It's the toughest job you ever love. You have to love what y'all women do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, very well said. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. So, folks, we're not going to hold her too much longer. She's a busy woman. She got things to do. She got a kid at home. She got a man to take care of. So, he takes care of her. I think we got here one more last question from man Nados. It says, "So, what the judges really expecting from women to be very muscular, to be feminine?" Yeah, but like I said, it's hard, especially when ladies take performance enhancers. There's some women in figure right now who look not as feminine compared to others. I'm seeing girls bikini who are very, very dialed in. They look like maybe when women's bodybuilding first came out. They even maybe bigger than some women, early women bodybuilders. But it's about understanding what's the factors is when you compete as a woman in this sport, how you want to present yourself. If you feel like you like to be like, say, you ladies get your hair done, you get your makeup done, you got your nice suits, you want to look very pretty, and then you have people out there making like she looks like a man, and then you tell guys like, if you like watching women with muscle, you're gay. But what
Yeah, I don't understand what's the
what
point of
I
that,
mean,
but
if I go to a show and I see you on stage, I mean, it's not like I'm looking at a woman. I'm not looking. It's not like if I go, if I go and hoot and holler at guys like um, Andrew Jack or Nick Walker, I might be a bit gay. I respect them but they don't really get my me excited because again I am a muscle person. Oh, y'all ladies, y'all are. And I want to respectfully say to you, Gabby, since you are a married woman, you are beautiful, and that's why I like to watch you ladies because you excite me. You just something magnificent. Yeah, he had to come out and say hello.
thank you so much, thank you
No,
so
man,
much.
you don't need to thank me because this is why I do this. Reach out to people like yourself and to share your stories and hear your passion. But
Yeah.
like I said, we're not gonna hold much too longer. I know she's a busy lady. She was just we were supposed to do this last earlier this week, but circumstances happened, so things had to change. She has clients, she had this, she had that, but she took the time out to talk here, talk with me. Today is the birthday of a friend of ours, Lori. It's her birthday
Oh
today.
yeah, today is Lori's birthday. I'm going to send her a text with congratulating her. She's an amazing woman. She's an amazing partner. We have had some workouts together. Lately, I got more like busier than before, and I couldn't have I have not joined her in the workouts, but she's amazing. She's so beautiful human being, and I really appreciate her, and I love her, guys. It's a hard worker also. It's a hard worker bodybuilder, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm got to make a little video for her for her birthday. I'm gonna post it on my IG. Also, I always sent her a little thing to say happy birthday because I got a number. I sent it to her. She loved it. I don't know if she's gonna compete this year or not. I mean, we had I think last time she competed was when y'all both did the Grand Prix together, and that was in
Yeah,
2024. God, I can't believe 2020. Yes, time is flying
2024.
by.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Time is flying by.
I
We got
think
this.
she's going to compete this year. I think so, but you ask her. You ask her.
She might, like I said again, she lives in the West Coast. She lives in California. You might see it at Steve Carr because that's a great show. Shout out to that promoter. I would say more ladies go to that show, especially for you ladies out in the West. That's a great show for you. It's after Olympia, especially if you did the
Yeah.
Olympia. That's a
Hmm.
great show to do afterwards because it was think when they did it last year it was just maybe 2 weeks after Olympia. That's why Ashley did it. She looked really good. Shout out to Ashley. Now she's both number two in the world in women's bodybuilding. And come in here and win the show like Steve Carr's show. Um, this is
Yeah.
from my man Nardo says, I can't wait for hear you, George, to be funny again. You and your comments. Thank you. He says, ha ha ha. And also he wants to say one more thing. He says, Happy Easter to
Oh,
all of
happy
you.
Easter, everyone.
Happy
Happy
Easter to
Easter.
you. So before I let you go, what would you want out of this year for yourself now that you are now a sponsored athlete?
In terms of bodybuilding, well, I want that qualification for the Olympia, of course. I will love that. That's my goal in terms of bodybuilding. Um, I also would love to create a good relationship with Team for Pro, with Gina, with Hele, and with Irene because they are people that I admire, that I think we understand very well each other, and just create a good community with them and with everybody. And in my personal terms, my what I want this year is to continue supporting my daughter in swimming, continue building a good marriage with my husband, and also build my business. That's one of my priorities too. That's so. And I'm doing well now, but we gotta scale it.
Yeah. Take time. Like I said, don't rush it. Like I said, you want to heal also. You get the issue with your knees. Take that time. Make good connections, and also savor those relationships you have gained with your clients and also with your husband and your child. Those are the most important things. Bodybuilding will always be here. It's not going anywhere time soon, even though they
Yeah,
talk about the women's bodybuilding division getting lost. But as long as you have people like Jake Wood, I always want to shout out, yo, Jake, I
yeah,
want that
yeah, yeah.
money. I want
That's
that
true.
done. He's still giving y'all ladies a chance to fight to stay in the sport. People like Andrea, what she's doing, um so many others, like again, like what Kelly Larkin's doing, what Anastasia Ryder's doing with the sponsorship for, she put a GoFundMe that's up about up to I think a good amount of money now. I might donate some to it later, after I pay my rent,
Oh,
you know.
mhm.
But yeah, it's good that you're doing good. It's good to see you, and it's good that you're
Thank
happy.
you.
Yeah, yeah, and like I said again, maybe one of these days, like if I go to a show, maybe it's a show we get to meet each other and I get to hug my friend, and I have to shake
Oh
your hand
yeah,
because I
that
have to shake
would
your
be
hand first
awesome.
because I don't want your husband being mad at me because I'm just rub up his
Oh
love.
no, he is not. He is not going to be like that. Believe me. He's a very nice guy. Very nice guy. And yeah, I wish that we meet in some of the shows. I will let you know what shows I will do this
All
year.
right. All right. If it's like, yeah, I'm already planning on going to a show in the next few months, and maybe if the show you're going to, we get to meet and we just get to see each other finally in person.
Yeah,
It's great.
yeah,
it,
absolutely.
it's a great opportunity when I get to meet you ladies in person. Like, when I went to Tampa, when I went to Savannah, it was a great opportunity for me, and I hope to do more of that in the future. So, folks, we like to thank the lovely Mrs. Morrison. And we want to say congratulations to her. Shout out to Team 4 Pro for sponsoring her. That does help. Sponsorship does help out there, fellas. If you're a fan of her, if you're a fan of Gabby, you want to help her out. Some ways that can help her in her bodybuilding world. Financially, or just maybe you can maybe give her some ideas can help her in her business. Reach out with genuine interest, but don't be that weird guy. She's a married woman. Be respectful. I want to say shout out to my guests. No Dose came through. Shout out man Sean, my brother KL the Wanderer. Thank y'all for coming through here. Congratulations to the winners of the Triple O Dynasty.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I think
congratulations to all of
my
them.
man KL has a comment. He said like this. He says this. He says, what it says, Gabby, have you seen the Triple O, and what was your thoughts on Barbara Mojan won first place?
Yeah, I saw the show. It's really difficult. It's really difficult. Well, first of all, that is not the same. The stream, it doesn't really show clearly. I mean, I don't mean this specific stream, but any stream, you don't show really clearly through the screen what really the condition is of each competitor. But anyways, I think all of them are amazing. I think Barbara deserves that. She has all the condition. She has the hardness. um Solika is again, she has the naturally flow, the natural genetics. Um, so it's so difficult. It's so hard to say who is better than the other. It's really hard to say. But for someone that I don't know if Barbara have been in a Olympia before,
No,
but if he's her first win, um, I'm so happy for her. I really think that she deserves it, and the other girls will have more opportunities, of course. But always, I feel so good with someone reach that dream, right?
yeah,
Because
because
Salika already had the already opportunity to qualify for the Olympia last year, and then the Masters Olympia. Um, and then now another person will have the opportunity to have that experience, and then she just got it, she earned that opportunity. So I'm so happy for everybody, for her. And it's so difficult to say who is better. Like, Celica has the thickness in the back, because I saw her last year. I compete next to her. So, and she posed so beautifully. And but yeah, this time Barbara was just big legs. Probably more muscle maturity too. So it's for me, it's I never will be a judge. I never will be a judge because I know how hard it is to be there, and for each person is hard, and for each person only they know what they do to be there. And unfortunately, only we have one winner, but all they are winners.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, he says this. He says I said I did like Barbara Mojan's physique and posing, but first place I thought she could have been second and Salika first, but that's fine. That's cool. But yeah,
yeah,
that's the thing. That's how it is. It's
yeah,
and then one thing, if you ever go to a show, you have to see it up close and personal. When I went to Tampa, it's an experience when you go see the show, in person. and see how they
In
look.
person.
And then even I got to talk to a couple of ladies after the competitions, and there's just a different experience when you watch it on live stream because there's some things,
Yeah.
even with technology and HD and all that, it's just still you can get a little washed. So, folks, we like to again appreciate Gaby Morrison for coming through. We like to wish you all the best in the future. Congratulations to being a Team 4 Pro sponsored athlete. I hope this helps her get over the top. Maybe get that Olympic qualification, get that Masters O qualification. Because you do the Masters O and you win, they can get you to the Olympia also. So that's either way. Either way you
Oh,
won.
all right. All right. Well, let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Well, ma'am, I would say gracias to you and best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate everybody that send comments and questions. Thank you so much. Happy Easter, everyone, and see you next time.
All right, see you next time. And
Thank
welcome
you.
back. Anyway, folks, this is man away George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk. Like, don't subscribe, good night, good luck, God bless, good afternoon, and have a happy Easter. And congratulations to the Triple O Dynasty.